So since you have been able to go through the strategies that you must know in my previous video, let's focus on integrating integral of cos power n of x sine power k of x dx, where k is odd. If if I say k is odd, it means that the power on the sine is odd, right? And then the cos is even. So based on this, let's see how we are going to do. So let's try this example. Evaluate cos power 8 of x sine power 5 of x dx. So based on this, now we can see that this sine is odd. It has an odd power. So since it's having an odd power, let's work on that. So having this one, we can rewrite, as I said, if it's having an odd power, try and rewrite it to get it also in an even power. So we can rewrite it as integral of cos power 8 of x multiplied by sine power 4 of x multiplied by sine x or dx, which is the same thing. So doing this, we can employ most of the strategies that we have learned. So this is the strategy 1 that we learned in my previous video. This is the strategy 1. Let's see whether I can get it clear here. That if k is odd, here if sine is odd, we can rewrite it as this. This is the strategy 1 that we have been able to employ. The strategy 1, right? The strategy 1 that we have been able to employ. So now let's break off the sine x. Let's try and then get this sine, because after all, this sine is not having a power of 2. It's still having a power of 4. So we need to break it down. So in breaking it down, we can do it like integral of cos power 8 of x, and then multiply by the sine power 4 can also be rewritten as sine square of x, because we want to use the trig identity sine square x plus cos square x. So always your goal is to be able to reduce it to the square part, and therefore since it's power 4, we are going to get additional power here, which is what? 2. And now that we have it 2 here, remember that we still have our sine x over here. We still have our sine x over here. So now, what I did here was that I just did something like sine power 4 of x to be equal to sine square of x all squared. This is what I did, and I replace it here. So doing this, the next one is to use the trig identity, which is what? Cos square of x plus sine square of x equal to 1. And in this case, since we want to replace the sign, we can say that our sine square of x is equal to 1 minus cos square of x. So having it as 1 minus cos square of x, we can substitute it inside. And when we substitute it inside, we are going to get the integral of cos power 8 of x into bracket 1 minus cos square of x. And don't forget that it's to the power 2. So power 2. And then don't forget you still have your sine x here dx. So now having sine x dx here, please don't go and take a square root of this and then you place it over here. If not, you make your function more complicated. So we don't take a square root over there to place it here. We will use the u substitution to eliminate that one. Now this is how our function will be like. So when you have the function in this form, the next part that you want to go is then move to your u substitution. So you can say that let your u equal to cos x. As I told you earlier on, if you temper the sign, don't use your sign as your hot u. Use the cos, the one that you didn't temper, as your u. So taking the u, we can say that our du dx is equal to negative sine x, and making the u the subject, we are going to have the u equal to negative sine x dx. Now we want to replace the dx because dx here, and the reason is that we said let u equal to cos x. As soon as we say let u equal to cos x, the whole question changes. And if the question changes, we are going to get integral of what? U power 8 multiplied by 1 minus u squared, all squared multiplied by sine of x dx. Now, our issue is we want to integrate everything in terms of u. So making the x the subject so that we can replace it by this over here, or this over here, we can say that our dx here, we divide both sides here by negative sine of x, and therefore we're going to get our dx equal to negative du over sine of x. So having it, we can replace it here. When we replace, we are going to get integral of u power 8 into bracket 1 minus u squared, all squared, and then sine x multiplied by the dx. So the dx is negative du over what? Sine. This is multiplied by negative du over sine of what? X. And in this case, this sine x will cancel this sine x. So we are going to get everything in terms of u, which is u power 8 into bracket 1 minus u squared, all squared, and then multiply by negative du. And then when you bring the negative out, we are going to get negative integral of u power 8 into bracket 1 minus u squared, all squared, right, du. Someone can decide to just simplify this one with a negative sign before proceeding. So when we do that, we are going to get integral of negative u power 8 plus, okay, let's finish up whatever is in the bracket first. So in doing this, what can we do? What can we do in order to simplify, get whatever you want to do? Just do an expansion. You need to do whatever expansion that you want to do. And doing the expansion, whatever you are going to get, and simplify with a negative sign, whatever you are going to get should be of negative u power 8 plus 2 u power 10 minus u power 12. And we are supposed to get everything into u. The issue is that here is 1 minus u squared, all squared. So you can rewrite it as 1 minus u squared multiplied by another additional 1 minus u squared. So this one, just simplify it. When you simplify it and you are done, multiply 2 by u power 8, and you are supposed to get this. That's the expansion. So getting this one, that's what we did. You can then start and do your integration because now it has become far simpler than whatever was given. So in this case, in doing this, we are going to get, for the u power 8 here, we are going to get negative 1 over 9 u power 9. That's the power rule, right? Plus 2 over 11 u power 11 minus 1 over 13 u power 13 plus your constant of integration, which is c. But remember that in the initial stage, you said that let u equal to what? Cos x, of which we didn't temper. And therefore, having u here, we can substitute it back, and you are going to get equal to negative 1 over 9 cos power 9 of x plus 2 over 11 cos of 11 of x minus 1 over 13 cos of 13 of x plus c. So as we can see here, the integral of cos power 8 of x multiplied by the sine power 5 of x, which is here dx, is going to give us a result of negative 1 over 9 cos power 9 of x plus 2 over 11 cos power 11 of x minus 1 over 13 cos power 13 of x plus c. that is our substitution of u equal to cos x, as we did, I did over here. So basically we are done solving this example, and we would like to solve the next example. So please watch this and re-watch it again, pause the video, and then solve it by yourself. When you are